Welcome, families of preschool. I'm so excited to greet you today. This is our parent orientation, and this is our welcome portion. I think you all know me. I'm Kris Dudak. The children call me Mrs. Dudak, but you are certainly welcome to call me Kris. That works for me. I've been here a long time, and by that, this is my 34th year is what I'm talking about. So I'm very excited for the year. I'm excited to have a full staff back and 3 bustling classes of children. And so we want to welcome you. So right now, I want to introduce to you our 2 pastors. I'm going to first introduce Pastor Hector. Pastor Hector has been with us a few years and has been part of our chapel time with the children each about once a month or so. And so the kids love him, and we're so excited to have you back. And then also we're going to be able to welcome Pastor Jenna too. So I'm going to give it to you, Pastor Hector, to welcome our families.
Thank you so much, Kris, for this opportunity. Well, one more year, and the only thing I can say, grace to you and peace to all of you who are planning to be part of this new journey and this new year. Greetings on behalf of the congregation. As Mrs. Dudak said, I am Hector Toledo, and I have the blessing to serve as one of the pastors here at Trinity Lutheran Church and Schools. This congregation, as you probably remember and you have heard, and as we have been saying some other times, it is a ministry that we believe is an extension of God's welcome to all people. And we believe also that our schools are the way that this congregation is joining God's mission in this place, which includes a place where we are hopefully expressing the love to one another, to nurture one another, and to serve every person, whether it's an individual or the community in general here around this congregation. This congregation, Trinity Lutheran Church and Schools, is called to be a ministry where we are hoping to create spaces for you, for your children, and for all people to build one another up, to belong in relationship with God and with one another, but also a place where we all are becoming the people that God needs in this place at this time. And the commitment of the congregation is that our schools will reflect those values, both by creating a physical space for growth and knowledge, but also where your children and every person will grow in character in relationship with God and their faith journey. During the school calendar, we will have the opportunity to meet, as Mrs. Dudak said, to meet your children and to be with them. Both Mrs. Dudak and Pastor Jenna, and all of us will be leading the Bible stories and during the chapel time. And I enjoyed that time because this is the opportunity that I have to receive questions for your children and to be able to tell the stories. But also, this is the place where I know that some children have come to know me as the chapel guy. Also, a couple of kids have also asked me the question, are you Jesus? No, I am not Jesus, but I have the opportunity to share these stories with them, and we will be glad to continue to do this during the year. This congregation values inclusion of all people, no matter where we are coming from or no matter where we are in our faith journey. So every person, you, your children, your family, anyone, your friends, every family are welcome by the Lord in this place. And you can participate online in the different events and activities of the congregation. It is sad that somehow disheartening that this current situation has led the congregation and the leadership of the congregation to make some decisions. And one of them is that the gatherings, the weekend gatherings, are online only, on live stream. And also we have come to the need to limit the access to the building. But we believe that this congregation needs to follow these recommendations of the COVID-19 response team, which is a number of leaders of the congregation, the bishop's office, and the CDC and the Snohomish County Health District offices. And we have made these decisions in consultation with all of them. And so one of the priorities is the safety and the wholeness of every person who is here, your children, you, our teachers, the congregants of this congregation. So I would like to ask you to keep that in mind and to remember that we're striving for being that safe place for all of you. But despite these limitations to access the building, I encourage you to reach out to this congregation. You can call the church office, you can call also our schools. Don't hesitate, contact Mrs. Dudak, contact the front desk in the congregation, Pastor Jenna, myself, or any other leader that you can locate in our website. If you need anything, if you feel that this congregation can support you in any way. Again, it's my prayer and my hope that you, your children, your family are well, and that you will be strengthened to continue to walk through this difficult time, uncertain time. The congregation thanks God for each one of you, for your children, for all the family. The families will be connected with Trinity Lutheran Church and schools, and especially we thank God for the opportunity that this congregation has to serve you. Thank you for trusting this congregation, for entrusting your children in the hands of these ministries. And we pray that you may continue to find the strength. And one of the things that I'm excited about is that this year the congregation has called a new pastor, Pastor Jenna, as Mrs. Dudak mentioned, and she will be joining this team and will be able to continue to walk with your children. So Pastor Jenna, maybe you can tell us a little bit more of who you are and how we are going to walk this journey together.
Yes, thank you so much. And it is so nice to kind of meet you through the screen and the ways in which we're able to engage. I'm so excited to be serving here with Trinity, and I'm especially excited because there is a preschool that is part of the ministry here. And I have served with churches before that have preschools, and I'm just overjoyed to be just a part of the ministry that we do together. And I feel like children just bring such a unique energy to this space. And I just am so grateful that we will be in community with one another. So Kris mentioned that she's been with Trinity preschools for over 30 years. Is that right? And I've now been serving for about a week. So there's still a lot of things that are very new to me. And I'm really excited to, again, be in community with all of you. So some of the particular areas where I will be serving, just to kind of let you know, I'll be helping to lead and facilitate worship and kind of orchestrate those pieces and work with colleagues on that. I am helping particularly with pastoral care and relational ministries. And then another area of focus for me is engagement with the greater community. So I feel like the preschool is really going to be a big part of that. So I'm just really excited to be serving here, and especially to be in relationship with you in whatever form that takes. So thank you so much for your presence. Thank you for just bringing your children and bringing your own households into this place. And I'm really excited to get to know your kids and to help with chapel and just get through one day at a time as well as we can. So with that, I'll hand it back to you, Kris.
Thank you so much for being here with us, and we appreciate your welcome. And we'll get started in just 1 second. Well, I'm back, and I wanted to share a little bit more about our starting of our school, our transition week, and all of the events that we have scheduled. So I'll first highlight that on September 9th, you are all invited to a Meet Your Teacher drive-through event in our parking lot. And this way you can drive through with your child in the car. We will be on the sidewalk. Your teachers will be there. Before they approach the car, they'll have their mask off so that the children can see their face. And then when they approach your car to talk a little bit to you, they'll put their masks on so that the student kind of gets used to that. So this will all come to you via Brightwheel, but I'm going to let you know now. Our threes program will come through from 9 to 9:45. Our pre-K beginnings class is from 10 to 10:45, and our pre-K class will be 10:45 to 11:30. And you will be able to also pick up some masks when you come through that day. We've got a huge selection of masks donated by Safeway next door for us. And so we have lots of different kinds of masks, and we would love to share some for you to get ready and launch you into the year. So we'll be giving those out that day. So come on by. And we'll just limit our conversations to just a couple minutes per card, so we can kind of keep the flow moving and everyone has a chance to talk to their teachers before the next group comes through. So that'll be that Thursday, the 9th of September. And then the next day, we'll be having a virtual Meet Your Teacher in Classroom tour on September 10th. It'll be via Zoom, and you'll be able to get all that information from Brightwell and the link. And all you do is click on the link. When it asks you to use your video, say yes. And if you want to use your audio, say yes. And then that will get you into that meeting. If for some reason you can't come to that or come to the drive-through, that's just fine. It's not mandatory, but we're offering these events for kind of a transition into the actual first day of class, which will be the next week. So on September 10th, the 3-year-olds, your Zoom meeting will be at 9:30. Pre-K beginnings will be at 10:30, and pre-K class will be at 11:30. And really, it's only going to be about a 15-minute type event. So your child and the screen, it doesn't get too long for them to sit there. And if they wander away from the screen, that's okay. You can at least see with the teachers how they interact with the kids, and also their classroom tour, which they'll be working on that week before the meeting. So to get all ready for you to come on the 13th, the week of the 13th, September the 13th through the 17th, will be in-person classes during your normal class time. So let me go ahead and get started on our parent handbook. This will be given out to you on your first day of class, but I'm also putting it in as a document in your messages in Brightwell so that you can also download it and look at it. And it will also appear, the new one is not there yet on our website, but it will appear there next week. And so you can access it there as well anytime. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen, and so we can both be looking at the same thing. All right, so here we go. This is our welcome to you. These are our values: building, belonging, and becoming in our church and schools. And we really do take these seriously. And everything that we do is guided by these 3 statements. There's longer statements behind the 3 words, but this is in a capsule. This is what our values are here at Trinity. So registration forms, you can read all about that on your own. Just let you know the financial policies are here. The registration fee policy is here. The registration fee is non-refundable. However, if for some reason you start out the year and let's say you move, you can get back any unused tuition payments. Those are your monthly payments. The tuition amounts are on our website, so you can remember that. And if your child, you were all on a 10-month payment plan, if you enrolled before August 1st, then your first payment was due August 1st, and you've been paying that. Second payment, you've probably already paid September 1st. And those of you that started in August will end your payments May 1st. But those of you that are joining us after the August 1st first payment, your first payment will be due September 1st, but your 10th payment will be due, last payment will be due in June 1st. So that's how it goes. Everyone pays 10 payments for the year. All right. There is a toggle in your Brightwell message, your app, that allows you to choose automatic payments. So that's that every month you get that statement and your account would be paying it automatically. You're not required to do that, so you don't have to click that, but it does ensure that you will not forget to pay it. And there is a late fee of $30 if paid after the 5th of the month. All right. And there is a $30 charge for any NSF payments, and we do receive that automatically from the banks or the credit cards. So we would be contacting you with that, that return and working with you on that. We'll go down to health, because I think we're all thinking about health right now. We have a brand new page here, so new to some of you, a little bit different from last year, but you can kind of see these are the COVID symptoms that we are working with. So if you or anyone in your family comes down with any of these things, we want you to definitely let us know, and we will assist you to remember how long your child has to be out for those things. But if your child or anyone in your household tests positive for COVID-19, your child will be excluded from class according to the guidelines of the Snohomish Health District, which may be different from the time period that's listed above, depending on the situation. So we would definitely let you all know if your child has, or your classroom has experienced any exposure to COVID, and we would be following those guidelines and be communicating that with you as soon as possible. Just to let you know, everyone, again, I think you all know, we will all be wearing masks. Every student and every staff member inside the building. This includes the gym. Of course, children can remove their mask when they eat and drink snack and when they're outdoors on the playground. We will be supervising all of that, and if they need any assistance, we'll be taking precautions to help them with that on. They usually can get them off just fine, but the younger students have a little bit of difficulty at times getting them on. So you can help us out by helping teach that skill at home, just like we would taking their coat on and off. It's just another thing that we're doing now. And then we will be trusting that you will be washing those cloth masks on a regular basis every day. And you will be disposing, if you have a disposable mask for your child, you'll be disposing of that daily, and it doesn't come back to school the next day. Let's see. All right. At drop-off and pickup, we are asking all parents and caregivers and anyone over the age of 2 that might be with you when you drop off for pickup to wear a mask and practice 6 feet social distancing. I will be at the door, the school's entrance, and taking your child's temperature every morning. And your teachers will just be, one of them will be just inside the doorway and helping to take your child to their classroom, where the other teacher will be there helping them to wash their hands, getting their hands washed, and get started for the day. So that's how that's going to go. You can read all about medication and allergy management. Not too many of you this affects, but if it does, please let us know, and we will be having an allergy list. We will be contacting you after school starts to get some more clarification if needed, and if we need any EpiPens labeled with the physician, the prescription, and the doctor's name and instructions, we will be contacting you. And this is our closure policy. Mostly, we will be making closures based on either COVID exposure or snow or ice, possibly power outages. That doesn't happen too often. Natural disasters like earthquakes or urban flooding, you can read about that, or widespread illness, you can read about that. Just to let you know, in the morning, in the wintertime, if you tune into any of the main stations in the Seattle area, Como 4, Cairo, I can't remember the other one, Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 5, those kinds of news stations, they would be announcing any closures for the school districts. Our school district that we are housed in is Edmond School District. When Edmond School District reports a closure due to snow or ice or any winter road condition, we will automatically be closed for the day. If Edmonds reports a delayed start, we will be making a decision by 7 a.m. whether we will be closed or not, and we will be announcing it on Brightwell. Sometimes they make a determination because they have early buses going out to pick up older children. And later in the morning, by the time we start, road conditions could be warming up and have changed significantly. So we will be making that decision by 7 a.m. And the other decision we have to make is whether we can have all of our teachers be here and be ready for your students. So that's the other reason we might close if we can't get all of our teachers in the classroom. So we usually do not reschedule classes in the spring due to snow or ice, but I say usually because there's always unusual circumstances from year to year. So we would let you know if that occurs. So you can read all of that. We want you to know on our child injuries that we would obviously, if it's a medical emergency, that we would be calling 911. We would be contacting you shortly after that and letting you know what is happening with your child. I've been here for a long time. I've only, in 33 years, only had to go to the hospital twice, and the children were just fine and were released within an hour of reaching the hospital, and no one had any significant issues. And I never say never because, you know, some things happen. So if we had any problems at all, we would call 911 and let them take over and let us know what happens next and be contacting you. For non-emergency child injuries, we would be sending you either a Brightwell message to alert you to that happening, or if it's very small, they get a bump or they fall down and, you know, had something. It doesn't look like there was any head injury that was involved. We will just fill out an injury form, and we can, upon pickup, give that to you. You would sign it. We will give you a copy for you to have. If it's something that we really feel that we want you to look at, we'll probably take a Brightwell message and send it to you. Brightwell call you and ask you to look at that. And of course, if there's ever an injury to your child's head, we want you to come and, well, at least we want you to be notified in real time of that injury, and you make the determination whether you want to come and pick them up or not. And what we really ask, this is very important, is that you monitor your phone and your phone messages while your child is in that preschool. If you will be unreachable that day, please let us know on Brightwell how we can reach someone to receive those messages so they do not go unanswered. I can't tell you how many people are going to the gym and they silence their phone and they don't look at it for an hour and they call us not in real time, and we're scrambling to find someone to get a hold of from your family or from your dismissal authorization people that you've shared with us. So this is very important that you keep your phone close to you and you check those often. Just a reminder, as school personnel, we are all mandated reporters by the state of Washington, and that we have every year get updated mandated reporting training with materials from the state of Washington called Protecting the Abused and Neglected Child. So we do that yearly. Just a reminder of all of that is required to us as teachers. So in the classroom, we use positive discipline. And what we mean by that is that we just need guidance. We all need guidance when we're little to learn social skills, and we will be guiding them positively, stating things that we want to have happen. Like, for instance, if a child is running, we would remind with, remember, we use walking feet in our classroom. Let me see your walking feet. Or let me hear your inside voice. That sounds like an outside voice. Those kinds of redirection is what we use. We think it's really important to understand the belief of a child's behavior, their belief behind their behavior. And we like to teach them acceptable social skills. And that's why we have preschool, is to do all that. And so we will work with you. If we see a pattern of emerging with your child and they're having difficulty, and that they need a lot of reminders to keep their hands and feet to themselves, or they do hurting with those hands or feet or body, then we will definitely meet with those parents and come up with a plan. Most of the time, we are able to intervene and redirect the child and have a safe situation. If for some reason, within a very reasonable amount of time, short amount of time, if we cannot help your child do that, and yet we would have to terminate the enrollment of a child that continues any aggressive behavior towards themselves or towards others, and that includes teachers. So I just want to let you know we want to keep close communication going with you about that. But that is there, and the possibility of there. We just need to keep safety first and foremost in our school, and teach that with all of our students. The mutual respect expectation with parents. We respect you and we want you to respect us. There is no tolerance policy regarding behaviors that could create an abusive environment for students, parents, or staff. So we know that you will be all wonderful in respect, and we will promise to do the same. Arrival and departures. So this is important when you are going to be outside at the entrance. You will be masked up using social distance. We don't have social distance markers, but we want you to kind of keep that in mind, about 6 feet between you and the next person in front of you. The children will have their temperatures read just very quickly. We kind of have it down. In the winter, they may have to come into the doorway because it gets really cold between the thermometer and their forehead. And so I have them just step inside and do that reading inside, and then they can continue on with their teacher to their classroom and get their hands washed and get started for the day. And the same thing at departure. We will bring your child to the entrance from their room. If you would, when you walk up, please, when it's your turn, please give us the name of your child, especially as we're getting to know parents. We have more parents this year than we did last year. And when you're wearing masks, it's really hard for us to distinguish between one parent to another, or especially when other grandparents come, or you have many people coming from your family to pick up. So if you just let us know their name, that really helps us to know who to get for you. If you need to talk to one of the teachers at that time, please let us know, and we'll have you, or if we need to talk to you specifically about anything, we'll have you step aside until all the children from your room have just been dismissed, and then we will help you. That way we don't hold up the line and people can get in and out quickly. We ask that you really ask most of your questions or state any concerns in a Brightwell message, so that we remember to get back to you in a timely manner. Or if it warrants a phone call, we can do that when the teachers are not in the classroom after their class is closed for the day. We definitely do not want to talk about your child in front of your child if we have any concerns. And so, or again, if you have any concerns about your child, we don't want you talking about them in front of them. And also for privacy reasons, for anyone behind you to overhear that. So we definitely want to capture that on Brightwell or a phone call. But we definitely want to keep a high profile of communication open between school and all of you. All right, please let us know if you have anyone other than yourselves, mom or dad, picking your child up, or your regular pickup person that we might not know at the time. We will ask for a photo ID of any person that's not known to us. And like I said, we do get to know them over time. But if it's their first time, we will definitely be asking for photo ID. And we do go back to their approved pickups on Brightwell. You can add approved pickups, either add them as family when they can see all the pictures and everything, but not financial. Or you can choose approved pickup, and they can't see any pictures or any financial things on the app, but that can be known to us so that we can release them to those people. And also, if there's someone that has been an approved pickup but are no longer going to be approved pickup, you need to let us know so we can make that paperwork change and be alerted. All right, be very timely in picking up your children. The children that are left in a classroom and we don't know why their parent isn't there, it's very upsetting sometimes to some children. So we would like to know if you're going to be late. Call us, leave a message on Brightwheel. However it is that you can communicate that to us. If your child is left, we will go to Brightwheel and look. We will go to our phone and see if there's messages so that we can tell the child what the situation is. All right, reporting absences. This year, if your child is sick or just not coming to class for any reason, you must notify us using Brightwheel. This way, we have documentation of that and we can go back to that. If we have not heard from you via Brightwheel and your child does not come, we will be calling you to find out why your child is not attending class that day. And this way, you know that the child is coming, didn't arrive, or also if they're sick, we need to know what's happening. So thank you for doing that. This is a change. We used to not require that, but this year we are requiring that you use Brightwheel to message us. And if you're going to be late, but you still will be coming, just send us a quick Brightwheel message so that we won't be calling you and we know to look for you a little bit late. So our pickup policy is that we give a grace period of 5 minutes, but we do start charging after the 5 minutes is over. So the 6 minute that's late and beyond, we do charge $1 a minute, and you would receive a late fee invoice on Brightwheel. It would be a one-time charge, and it would be coming that same day to you. And so if you have automatic payments, your bank would just automatically pay it. If you have manual payments, you would be alerted and you could go in and pay that. All right, so parking, please park in the parking lot across from our parking lot. Across from our playground. Keep that curb a safe place for people to be waiting to drop off, and to be also safety because people are arriving and departing the parking lot and they're walking from the parking lot into that sidewalk area. So we need to keep that area clear of cars parking there. And we really ask that you slow down in our parking lot. I have to tell you, in the years past, we have some people that go way too fast in our parking lot, and it's a very safety hazard. Also, we're asking you to hold the hand of all of your children that are with you in the parking lot, either getting out of your car and approaching the building, and mostly also when you leave and get into your car. People are coming into the parking lot to pick up for the next group. They're opening their doors, they're coming and going, and we don't want any child to be hit because a parent was not attentive to their child. So we want you to hold their hand to avoid those kinds of safety hazards. Please do not leave any child in the car alone. Let's say you're coming to drop off and you have a sleeping child. Do not leave a sleeping child in the car alone. When you, if that is the situation, if you need one of us to help, and it's like at pickup time, we might be able to help. Yeah, there's my phone. I'll get it later. But we want to make sure that you don't leave anything of value, like your purse, your keys, your phones, while you're dropping off or picking up your child. So let's talk about clothing and backpacks for a moment. We do need you to bring a raincoat during those rainy days with hoods and footwear that are rainproof every day to class. Now, they might say they don't want to wear their coat for you, but we will be having them put their coat on for us when they go outside. If they do get hot and it's not raining, they can take their coats off, but we want to at least start out with their coats on outside. We do encourage them to learn how to put on their coats, and we have a trick. We will demonstrate for you sometime in a little video, so you can also be helping them learn how to put their coats on themselves. They should be wearing clothing that is easy to snap, zip, pull up to use the bathroom independently. Just a reminder, we do not go into the bathroom with them. Teachers do not do self-help skills for the children, and so they need to accommodate that all themselves. Backpack. Please bring a backpack for your child every day. Please mark the outside of the backpack with your child's name, very visible to us. Some children might have the same looking backpack. And so we want to make sure that we put all of the paperwork that goes for your child in their backpack each day. We want to make sure that we grab out their snack from their backpack each day with your child's, also with your child's name on it. This is very important. We gather those when they first come and put it in another container that does get handed out at snack time. If you don't have a name on your snack, it becomes really a difficult issue. So make sure that your snack is labeled on a disposable container that can be thrown away at the end of snack time. Also, just a reminder, we want you to put an extra clean mask in their backpack. Let's say they got their mask wet outside, and when they come back inside, we will have them put on their clean mask. We also have clean masks, disposable ones, in case that isn't the case, so don't panic if you didn't do that day, but we would be very helpful. Many children like their own mask with their own design, with whatever it is. They get pretty particular about that. And so we want to make sure that your child has another mask if that's approved by them and that they will wear. That's the most important thing. And then on your child's first day of class. So let's say on the 13th through the 17th, your child scheduled their first day. We'd like you to provide us with a gallon-sized bag with your child's name on it, with a change of clothes that would include a shirt, pair of pants, pair of underwear, and a pair of socks. And that will be left at school in the classroom. So if your child has a potty accident and they can change themselves independently in their bathroom, then that will be for them. We will hand them what they need. If they cannot change themselves independently and we can't get a hold of you, we will open the door and have another teacher watch the other teacher help them. And so that there's always two adult eyes on any interaction like that. But we do want the child to have privacy. So if they can change themselves, the door will not be open and they'll have that privacy. If they cannot do it and we just feel it's too big of an accident, we're going to be calling you to come so you can either bring a change of clothes, and sometimes that would include shoes. So just be alerted. We don't need an extra pair of shoes here, but if it does, we will let you know to bring shoes when you come to change them. You can either take them home with you or you can change them in the church bathroom and then bring them back to class. All right, just another reminder about our bathroom use, that teachers are not allowed to provide personal assistance for children, and we will come to have you pick them up or to change them and bring them back. Please make sure you answer your phone if we call you while your child is in class. It's usually very important, and that's why we would be calling you. Chapel time. Chapel time meets each week. The pre-K beginnings and pre-K classes will meet at their own time. They'll have separate times, but both on Wednesdays. And then on Thursdays, our 3-year-olds will be having their chapel time. And chapel will be in the large sanctuary. We will be social distancing, so the children will be sitting every other chair. We have little circles for them to sit on so they know where to sit. And we also wear our masks, and even the leaders will be wearing masks. You can read all about that. We do sponsor a mission project for now just 2 of the brothers in Tanzania. We used to have all 5 of the siblings in Tanzania and paying for all their boarding school, but 3 of them have now graduated from high school, and we have 2 years left for 2 of the Ariel and Aziel for their schooling. So we provide full tuition, school supplies, and room and board for these students. And we do encourage donations of $1 a week, and this can come either via the chapel bank that will be just inside the classroom on those chapel days, or you could set up a monthly donation using Brightwheel, and we could just set it up so it comes to you monthly with your tuition assistance. Even if it's $1, that's just fine. I can do that. So the kids that do like to bring chapel money, they really love to put it in the bank, and they really do get the idea that they are helping other students go to school, and it's a valuable worldview and lesson for them to use to learn. So we're really proud of that program, and we know you'll help in some way. All right, let's talk about snacks. So each child will bring their own snack from home, placed in their backpack. We will provide cups and napkins, chilled water, cups and napkins and chilled water for them. And we will be pouring that with our gloves on, so the child does not pour it. There's no family style at all. They will have a place to sit. They will have their mask box next to them. When they've all washed their hands and sat down for a snack, they will open their snack box, and all at once, 1, 2, 3, we'll all take off our masks, well, the children will, and put it in their mask box and close it while they sit and eat. When they're done with their food, they will put their mask back on. Then they will throw their things away, their cups and napkins and their disposable snack container, and then they will go wash their hands again. And that way we try to keep everything clean. Please place the food that you provide for your child each day with no additional packaging. So let's say you like those little goldfish containers that are just a little bit little one. We want you to open that up and pour it into like the little baggie that they can open easily, and that we don't have to put our hands on it. And we can like assist them in that. But no one has to open up a cheese stick or cut up an apple or anything like that. So we want you to open up anything, all the packaging. There should be no additional packaging inside the disposable snack bag. And then it's really important to only give your child enough snack that during a 10-minute period that they can eat in that amount of time. We really will be timing that and asking them at the end of that time to throw away the rest of it so that we can get back to playing in the room and having our masks back on. We really want to limit that time with masks off to just 10 minutes. So if they take their time eating snack, we're gonna try to encourage them to eat a little faster, or not maybe use their time to talk during that time, but to eat. And that's a process. They'll learn that over time. And just another reminder that here at Trinity, there's no peanuts or nuts or products that have those in it, or candy or cookies or cake. Any of those sweets, we want to just keep that at home and for special reasons. So please do not put cookies in your child's snack bag. We did see that from time to time last year, and we want to make sure that everyone brings a healthy snack. Fruit, cheese, crackers, and of course, according to your child's allergies, we know we'll be attending to that as well. So for birthdays, we do like to celebrate birthdays as close to their birthday as possible. We will let you know what day that we'll be celebrating that. They'll receive a birthday crown with their new name, their name and the new number, their new age on it, and a special gift from the preschool teachers on that day. And summer birthdays, we are not going to forget you. We'll celebrate all of you in June. And now, no food is accepted when we're celebrating birthdays. So we're not going to be bringing any food in to celebrate that. However, if your family would like to give something to all the children in class to celebrate your child on their birthday, we would be able to put them in their backpacks each that day. So if you want to do that, just let us know and go over what it is that you anticipate wanting to give to each child. This is not expected at all, but some people like to do it, so we can accommodate that wish. So just a reminder for communication that we will be sending out monthly newsletters, and we will also send them hard copy, but we will send documents, also Brightwell Message. And just know all those newsletters do live on the parent page of our website. And we are just launching a new website today, actually. And I'll be sending that home to all of you. I'm sure you might have already seen it by the time you see this parent orientation. I'm very excited about it. And we'll try to keep that parent page up to date with current documents, so you can go there for anything that you've missed. Monthly Scholastic book orders do not go on the website, but they will be coming hard copy home to you. You can go online and order that. It will come free delivery to the school, and then we'll be packaging them in paper bags and sending home with you when they get here. Or you can choose to have them delivered to your home for a fee. All of those book orders that you order through Scholastic help the school, because we get bonus points for every order that we put in during the year, and we buy new books for our library. We just redid our whole entire library this summer. It was a huge project. The other Mrs. Dudak and I did that, and we have new sections, making it easier for teachers to find books that they need during seasons and for our different themes over the year. So we're excited about that. But we have room now for new books, because we've kind of purged some of those older ones that we don't use as much. Also, we want to make sure that you know we really do want you to use Brightwell messaging in the app to message us, and we'll message you back as soon as possible. If you send us a message in the middle of the night that your child's coming, we won't see it till we walk in to class the next morning, or on Monday morning if you send it to us on the weekend. But we will get back to you just as soon as we are working and can get back to you and accommodate that. If it's something that is really pertinent and you need an answer right away, I arrive at 8 a.m. and you can give me a phone message, and I'll try to call you right back as soon as I get here. Just to let you know, we do have pre-K evaluations and conferences for the pre-K beginnings class and pre-K classes. Those will be held in January and February. Those conferences will be virtual this year and done by appointment, and we will tell you about that whole thing. It went very well and actually streamlined our whole conference sessions, and it made it easier for both parents to be on that conference. So I think we'll probably do that from now on, making it easier. Developmental evaluations that we do, all that testing, we do it in January. That will be sent home to you prior to those parent-teacher conferences, so that we can be both looking at the same thing when we talk. And then our three-year-old classes, 3 to turning 4-year-old, we do a developmental evaluation in June, sent home almost the last week of school, but we do not schedule formal parent-teacher conferences for that age group, knowing that they will be coming back either to those other 2 classrooms in those years, and it will be more pertinent the closer that they get to kindergarten entrance. So with that, I want to show you the next and last page that you will also be expected to download, print, and sign, or I will hand it to you the first day of class if you don't have it to hand to me. This is our parent orientation confirmation page. You'll put your student's name and then initial the tuition policy, the snack policy, the health policies, and procedures for daily arrival dismissal, and then understanding that you understand the when not to bring your child with any symptoms that could possibly be COVID related. And that you understand that we wear masks, and they print your name and sign your name and date it. So that is all of the parent handbook. I know it's a lot, but usually we do this face-to-face and you're sitting in the audience and there's some give and take and questions. Since there's no questions time here, I'm going to encourage you, if you have questions, to Brightwell message me and I can get back to you, or I can call you at a good time for you if you have anything that needs clarification. I just want you to know, as you can see, this is about how much a child can reasonably get through in about 10 minutes of snack time. And some kids even less than this. So if it's popcorn, obviously, takes up bigger space, so only to about right here if it's popcorn, but it needs to be something that they can eat in a very small amount of time. And notice, I didn't put a package like that inside this because this is really hard for the kids to get open. And you can give them little fruit pouches. Those are twisty, and we can actually put our hands with our gloves on that and remove it without your child having our hands on it. So that is allowed for packaging, but everything else, we want you to open it up and put the product in that bag that they can easily get open, and help teach them how to open baggies, because some kids have never opened a baggie and they don't understand how to do that. And there's certain ones that are easier to open than others. So maybe you can explore that with your family. So with that, I'm going to be done for today. We hope to see you either on the 9th or the 10th or both of our Meet Your Teacher events. And remember that we will help you through of this year. And we're just really honored that you have decided to have Trinity be your child's first preschool experience. And we will do our very best to make it a fun, engaging, and exciting year, even with our COVID restrictions. Okay, so bye for now. Talk to you soon. Bye.